Girl is a podcast with no direction but up. My name is MacLeod, and I'm obsessed with growth. Whether that be personal growth, career growth, or growth in my relationships. Pretty much, I have a hard time letting myself relax. Now maybe all that makes my personality a bit obsessive. Maybe I'm a bit too hard on myself and too perfectionistic. But I am definitely my own worst critic. One of my mantras is to choose short-term discomfort in favor of long-term comfort. And overall, I'd say this is a good thing. But ever since my college graduation in May of 2016, where I got my degree in journalism, my perception has been ever-changing. Life moves a lot slower as an adult, whether you want it to or not. At least, that's how the feeling played out in my own head. After college, it's easy to get caught up in that grind of work, bills, rinse, and repeat. Not that I really know what that's like quite yet, but I've gotten a taste of it. It becomes harder to make time to see my friends, harder to justify trips to the bar or even spending money at all. And when you're working a job, especially one you love, you're not going to have as much energy to fuel your personal life the way you did. I'm literally tired all the time, and I'm not sure why, but even on my busiest days in college, where I was on campus from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., my energy level just doesn't feel the same as it does now. It's almost as if all of these years of restlessness has finally caught up with me. My body is screaming that it needs rest. But I don't want to rest. I have so much I want to do, so many people I want to see, and so many ideas of how I can get there. And as much as I hate to say it, I can't do everything all at once. It seems as though, in this case, in order to ensure long-term comfort for myself, I'm going to have to choose short-term comfort too. I've got to take life one step at a time. In order to keep myself motivated for the future, I listen to podcasts and read books by people that I see glimmers of myself in. It's almost as if I've cultivated a little advisory board of admirers for MacLeod's life. And as the wannabe multimedia guru I am, I hear, see, and view content all the time and then think to myself, I could do this. And then I walk away in dismay when I realize that I haven't done it yet. And I can't do it yet. Not now. I'm not good enough. One step at a time. Gretchen Rubin, a fellow Kansas City native and a writer on happiness and habits, talks a lot about loopholes, or justifications that we use to excuse ourselves, and how to stop them right in their tracks. One that I'm particularly guilty of is tomorrow logic. Tomorrow I will have more energy. Tomorrow I'll be settled in at work. Tomorrow I'll be more rested. One day I'll finally have figured it out, what it means to be an adult. I'll have experience. I'll have healthy eating habits and exercise habits. I'll get a lot of good sleep and wow, it'll be legendary. Very funny. Hilarious. The love I have for quality content and my ridiculously high standards is getting in the way of the quantity that I'm realistically able to produce. Because I refuse, well, not refuse, but I struggle with taking bite-sized chunks. I don't want to do anything until I know that I will be the best. And that day will never come. One step at a time. I have a lot of podcast ideas, video series ideas, project ideas, you name it. A lot of conversations I want to start, as well as participate in. I have no idea what this podcast will become. I have a lot of topics to cover, but no idea how to find my niche. I don't know if this will be scripted, interview format, if it'll include guests. I don't know how often I'll post new episodes, and I have no idea where this podcast falls on my priority list. Yet I'm eager. So often we look to gurus, experts, and success stories to tell us what they did to get to where they are now. But two of my favorite podcasts showcase the complete opposite of that trope. The struggle of the amateur. There's something quite compelling about the vulnerability that comes with not knowing what the fuck you're doing. There's Millennial with Megan Tan, showcasing a young journalism school graduate wanting to make a career out of audio. And Startup with Alex Bloomberg, which is the story of what is now Gimlet Media. One step at a time. So here are some things that I know. I want to be able to chart my progress. I want to learn how to be more consistent. I want an experience that will help me gain insight on how I work best. I want to move toward and embrace imperfection. I want to build positive habits in my life one step at a time. I want to be able to look back and see how far I've come. And I want to bring you, whoever took the time to listen to this podcast, along with me. Because starting is half the battle.